Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you just saw, we had the beautiful JV62 finishing, owned by David Griffith. Now we're with the RP63 No Limit, owned by none other than David Gotze. Look at this weapon. Beautiful. Hello! Hi, Gotze! What a legend. He was a bit worried about doing this one. He almost decided not to come, but he couldn't help himself. And here he is, steering his beautiful boat, No Limit, home. His crew pointing out the finish line. His navigator, Stephen Kemp, is doing his 24th Rolex Sydney Hobart out of South Australia. Quite a few South Australians sail on this boat. David Allen is the sailing master. He's doing his 11th. We have Kyle Dodds, Julian Freeman, Lucas Geddes, Charlie Goodfellow, Rowan Leaper, Duncan McDonald, Micah Muth, Nicholas Partridge, Stefan Truanay and Ian Walker. Barney gave us a wave as we arrived. Barney's doing his 36th Hobart. Absolutely nuts. There's the tinny we saw this morning, still going. Oh, there's another beautiful Highfield up to windward as well. Look, I've got Highfield twins here. Big puff coming in about 20 seconds. Rolling in here just before this puff comes in. Here it's on now. Nice one. About a nautical mile to the finish line now. Fast and furious. We did manage to just catch up with David Griffith over the rail as well. So we'll have that action for you shortly in our wrap. Behind No Limit, we have two TP52s, Caro and Smuggler. We'll check the tracker. We haven't checked the tracker for a while. Amelia, who's helping to film for us, this is her first Hobart finish, and she's going to go to Trackaholics Anonymous after this race. Anybody else needs to sign up to Trackaholics Anonymous. We'll be holding online meetings come the new year. Beautiful vessel. Last year it was a bit of an RP race. Unfortunately, as we've seen live, the RP66 and URM, the RP72, didn't manage to make it down this way. So I believe this will be the first RP that we see finish. A little bit of chat going on there between Kempy and Barney Walker. A few crosswaves here from various vessels and traffic. Puff on as well as we head into the finish here. Glorious. Oh, what a day. About half a mile to go now, ladies and gentlemen, to bring this RP63 home. Gotze currently has two yachts. He has No Limit, and he also has the Lions boat called Triton. Actually took both boats to Hamilton Island Race Week this year because he has so many people that want to sail with him. He didn't have enough room on one boat, so he took two boats. It was pretty special. Massive supporter of sailing in general, and he will have fantastic pressure all the way into the finish here. We might have to check the overall standings as well, as we're waiting to have a little bit of a chat to Gotze potentially over the rail. Probably not live. We will record it. Oh, thanks for these crosswaves, everybody. What a way to ride in. There's so many jet skis around as well. And everybody has their phone out. I can see the LSC rescue boat. They're driving with a phone. Safety first. About 5 boat lengths now. Kempy's still having a little bit of a wander. We will start to spin out towards the edge of the finish line. Fantastic work. Barney Walker standing up just to have a little bit of a look. Final checks. They'll have a little bit of a lull now as they head into the finish, but they've won and ended it all the way up the Derwent. That's the way you want to finish. Few waves coming on now as we head into the finish. 1 length to go. You can see people sitting on the shore. That's beautiful. 39th Rolex Sydney Hobart as we get waves like we've been crossing the Bass Strait. Zoom, zoom. Great work, everybody. A few tsunamis there. Alrighty, we're going to zoom in now. Say hello. They'll reach away and probably do the same thing as Whisper, go and hide up underneath the port there, just out of the breeze. And if one of our amazing crew on board could just check how far it is to the next boat, that would be just ideal. Looks like JV62 Whisper is all but packed up. Few tired bods on board here. Barney Walker, they're just having a chat. They'll drop this headsail. Little bit of rain starting to fall now as well. Great timing. It's always better to finish before the rain, but hey, I think they're just happy to be finishing right now. That is the goal. If you have just joined us, we've just crossed the line of the 79th Rolex Sydney Hobart with no limit. The 5th boat to make it into Hobart in this edition, which many will remember for some time. We did talk to Griff over the rail from Whisper, and he said the race was predominantly 30 to 35 knots. That's the most wind they saw. So again, people reiterating that the breeze was not too out there, but the wave state was definitely interesting. Really short, sharp chop. You'll see in our wrap with Celestial V70. Had a chat to David Chapman. He said you just couldn't find a happy way to deal with that chop. Whisper on the screen just to the right here of the RP63, currently sitting in 4th on IRC. So first is Celestial, followed Mistral. The double-handed boat is currently sitting in 3rd, and they may have a strong finish actually. Be great to see a double-handed boat do well overall in IRC, given that they've represented almost a quarter of the fleet. Law Connect still sitting in 2nd, Wild Thing in 3rd, Mistral in 4th, pardon me, and Whisper sitting in 5th, but Mistral does have a time to beat. Looks like Law Connect and Wild Thing are pretty solidly in 2nd and 3rd unless something major changes, though Mistral and Whisper were not up in that top pack until just now with this solid run into the... See how close these boats were together. We could almost stayed live for the two of them. But I wasn't quite sure what that gap would look like. Sometimes hard to tell, even if you're a trackaholic. Disco on the helm there. Is it? No, I'm not quite sure who is on the helm there. Probably Alan. Hugs with Barney and some of the crew there. Kempy just holding on to that middle console there. As they'll get ready to drop their mainsail and head on in. Here comes Gotze. You want to jump up on the bow, Joshy? Hello, Goatse. How you going? Yeah, I bet it was tough, mate. Yeah, how's everybody going? That's the most important thing, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. I think we're all very much in the same boat, Goatse. Bit of a reality check. Yeah, a lot of retirements. 29 now. Yeah, 29 retirements. So you made it, and it's lovely to see your smiling face. You almost didn't do the race. Do you regret it? One beer and you might do it again. Sounds like a roller coaster. Love you, Goatse. And there you have it, Mr. David Goetz, one of the legends of the sport, and a very, very, very good friend. And a shout out to anybody who is watching. We will cut this live feed now, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the Derwent has gotten a little bit quieter since we finished the live with No Limit. We will wait now until Smuggler and Caro. I think Caro is next. We will await their finish. Caro's about 18 nautical miles away, and I think it's even further. I think Smuggler and Caro are having a bit of a battle. So it's 20 miles now to Caro and 30 to Smuggler. So we're going to cut this live feed, go in and edit the packages from these finishers, and we will be back live for the finish of the 252 footers later on this evening. 20 miles to go for Caro, and they're doing about 11 knots across ground, so about 2 hours time will be their finish. So we'll probably go live in about 90 minutes time for anybody who is following. Remember, you can look back on all of the action from the dock walk all the way through the coverage that has been going up every hour or so, from images to reels to lives to complete recaps and in-depth interviews. Remembering, of course, those who are in Hobart and those who cannot join us. Sending love to all who need it. Remember to stay tuned to Sailor Girl HQ.